I hope that you're doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the different types of money. And money is created by a central bank essentially out of nothing, and then it's distributed by that regulator or the central bank or central authority, depending on the country. And it's distributed by that regulator to other commercial banks where we end up getting the money. So money is created first of all by this central authority, which is the monopoly over the money. So when you go back to the etymology of money, you'd see that money is MON, which is the same as MON on monopoly. So monopoly is mono. So money is the only money you have. That's why it's created by one central authority, and it's the only monopoly in a monarchy or whatever type of government you have, because it can only be created by one authority. So that's why it's illegal to counterfeit money, because it's a monopoly. So when you have this money in hand, it circulates through this commercial banks, and then it comes to us. So you have different types of money. So first of all, you have commodity money, which is money that is created out of the commodity, such as gold, silver, or platinum. This just creates its own money. So that's the first type of money. You have commodity money. So this is when you just have a commodity that creates the money. So different things have been money over the ages, or different commodities, I should say, have been money over the ages. So you could have cannabis, which is a commodity, and it used to be money. Tobacco used to be money. Buckskin, beaver skin used to be money. So it's used to take 12 beaver skins to buy a gun. So you used to use buckskins, which is why dollars are called bucks. Like $10. That is from the fact that they used to use buckskin as money. So different commodities such as barley, wheat, or in Japan, in Asia, they used to use rice grains as actual money. So all of these are commodities, and that's commodity money. And the next type of money is representative money, where you have a piece of paper that represents the actual money. So this piece of paper will represent a certain buckskin or gold or silver. So this is where money actually started, and it was like this before 1971, that people actually had money in a vault, Fort Knox. If you've heard of Fort Knox, it's famous because it was full of gold. So this gold apparently was the gold that was backing all of the American dollars in the world. So, well, maybe not all of them, but 80% of the American dollars were backed by Fort Knox, right? So every single dollar was representing a certain amount of gold in a vault. So that's representative money. And the third type of money is what we call fiat money. So fiat money is the money that is based on the government decree or the government authority. They just say, let there be. Just like the Bible verse, let there be light. They just say, let there be cash. And that is the fiat. So it's created out of thin air, out of nothing, ex nihilo, and it becomes money. So fiat is what we're now using. All of the money that we're using right now is fiat money. So this is what we have as fiat money. And another type of money is what we call fiduciary money. So fiduciary money is money that is based on trust, right? So this is quite similar to fiat money, but it is different in the sense that you can refuse fiduciary money, because fiduciary money is something that's like a check. A check is fiduciary money because a check does represent money, but you can say, no, I don't want your check, man, give me real cash. And that's how you get the fiat instead of the fiduciary, because the fiduciary money is just based on your trust that he actually has the money in the bank, which is essentially the same thing that everybody does when they go to a bank. They're just trusting that the bank is actually going to give them back their money. But as we've seen, there have been plenty of bank runs in the recent history that banks don't actually have that money, because they create another type of money, the fifth type of money, which is commercial bank money. So commercial bank money is when a bank gets money supply from the central authority, the central government, gets this money supply, but then through something called fractional reserve banking, it creates its own money out of that money. So you give them 100 million and then they lend out 90 million. And then they only have 10 million left in the vault, but then they've lent out 90 million to other people who redeposit the money. And when that money is redeposited, they can lend out that redeposited money again to someone else. And then that person redeposits the money, and then they can lend out that money again to someone else. And then that person redeposits the money, and then they can lend it again to someone else. So this fractional reserve is a fractal. So a fractal. So just like how a glass fractures into so many different pieces that look identical, this is how a fractional reserve system works. That every fraction is a detail in the bank, or it's a multiple. So it's called a money multiplier because it's a fraction. So division is multiplication, or division is the opposite of multiplication, just like addition and subtraction are the same thing in inverse. So division is the same thing in inverse with multiplication. So that's a fractional reserve system. And that's how money is actually created. So the money is created through this fractional reserve system. So the money supply, which is actually called the MO, the MB, this is the monetary base. Okay, so the MB is the monetary base that the bank actually gets. The MO is the physical currency that we have. And the M2 is the MB plus the MO plus the M1, right? So this M1 will be some deposits, okay? So then the M2 is, a money supply that is comprised of the currency, the monetary base, and the deposits in a bank. So this is the M2. So this is what we really look at when we talk about the money supply. But then what happens is when the banks want to increase their money supply, what they increase is the M3, which is the lending. So by increasing the M3, they're multiplying money. So this is where the fractional reserve system comes in. So the M3 is an increase in the money supply, which just expands the whole entire money. The money supply is expanded through the M3. So this is all how the banking system works and how the currencies come about. So every currency has to be a unit of exchange, store of value, and a unit of account. But also every currency has to be durable. Okay, so when you get a certain type of money, it means that it has to be something that's durable, that's not gonna like crack as soon as you hold it in your hands. It has to be something that is divisible so that you can divide it. So if you have currencies, you have to be able to divide them in order to make change. So this is something that is important. And every currency also has to be fungible, which is functional. Which is functional in my pocket, also functional in your pocket. So it also has to be all of these things so that you can have a whole system that has integrity within itself. But these are the different types of money that we have. And in the beginning, we had the commodity system, the commodity money. This is when we always used to use gold. This is based in the barter trade. So all of this is really tied into the whole framework of the financial system and how the financial system works. So I would encourage you to go and look at that video of how the financial system works, or what is money, or even the video on alright, I'll just link to various videos that are linked to this main idea of the different types of money, so that you can understand how the money comes about, what is its origin, what is its purpose, what is its function, and what is its use, so that you can see why there are so many different types of money. So the money that we're using today is fiat money. And with fiat money, we have different problems. All right, yeah, great. So I have this. This is a different type of money. Okay, this is actually a note for $5 billion. This is real. This is really $5 billion. So, as a function of fiat currency, you have stuff like $5 billion notes, which is real money, right? This is real money, and it's no longer in use, but this is what you call fiat money. So, thank you for taking the time to watch this and to listen to this, and I hope my blurry face. I hope that my blurry face, yeah, made a difference in your financial knowledge, right? And that in everything that you're doing, you're expanding your knowledge in terms of money, because there is no freedom without economic freedom. So this is the first step that you should take in order to claim your freedom and to be able to work in a way that you deem fit. So thank you so much for taking the time, and I really would encourage you to just look at the links below for some other stuff that might be of interest to you. Okay, and we are using different types of money, and all of these have their advantages and their disadvantages. So I just encourage you to be woke in terms of how the money works in your life. Thanks a lot.